Good evening, everyone. I welcome to Saanvi's classes. Okay, today's subject will be social studies. Okay, now today's chapter is life in the temperature zones. Okay, if you know about temperature zones, that's very nice. If you don't know, I'll tell you. Temperature zones, there are three temperature zones in the world: torrid zone, temperate zone, and the frigid zone. Okay, now I'll tell you a little bit about torrid zone. It extends from the Tropic of Cancer at 23 Celsius north and to the Tropic of Capricorn at 23 Celsius south. And this is the hottest zone in the world, and it is a very hot and humid zone. You can say hot and humid. Okay. And we'll learn about the vegetation zones of temperature zones. Okay. Now the second zone, what is it? Do you know? Any guesses? Yeah, it was a temperate zone. Temperate zone was a mild climate that extends from the Arctic Circle at 66 by half at north to the Tropic of Cancer 23 half by north. And the South Temperate Zone extends from the Arctic Circle at 66 by half at south and to the Tropic of Capricorn 23 by half Celsius south. Don't confuse in the north and south. That's it. Now let's come on the frigid zone. You can tell about the frigid zone by hearing its word. It's called frigid zone. Frigid zone frigid mean cold. You have seen a fridge. It was a cold to keep the food cold. Frigid zone extends from the in the north. It is from the North Pole at 90 Celsius north to the Arctic Circle at 66 by half north. And in the south, frigid zone, it extends from the South Pole at 90 Celsius south and to the Antarctic Circle at 66 by half Celsius at south. I'll tell you about the three temperature zones. Okay, now you have got a summary of it. Okay, now let's start with the vegetation zones of these zones. Okay, so first zone, what is it? Do you remember? Any guesses? Okay, it was the torrid zone. If you didn't remember, it's okay, but remember it. It will just help you in the future. Torrid zone, the hottest zone in the world. Learn. It has two vegetation zones. First is the equatorial rainforest, as you can see, and next is the hot deserts here. Okay, now let's start with the mind map given here. You can see it's here. Yes. Now first is the equatorial rainforest. Yeah. Okay, now what do you mean by the word equatorial rainforest? Rainforest near the equator in the torrid zone. Okay, torrid zone. Okay, you understand? Okay, now I'll tell you about the climate, the vegetation, the wildlife, and the people of equatorial rainforest. What I'll tell? Climate, vegetation, wildlife, and people. 4 things. Okay. Now first is the climate. The climate is very hot and humid with heavy rainfall. Now second was vegetation, है ना? Now vegetation, they are dense forests containing evergreen trees. You know about evergreen trees? Okay, now I'll give you a little bit examples. Examples are mahogany, ebony, or rosewood. Okay, now rubber and geochannel are also found there. Now third was the wildlife of equatorial rainforest in the torrid zone. Remember this. Wildlife including elephants, jaguars, anacondas, and so on. Now the fourth one was people in the equatorial rainforest in the torrid zone, mainly they were pygmies and dayaks. Do you know pygmies and dayaks? Okay, if you don't know, it's okay. Dayak is a couple, and pygmies are found in pygmies of Congo. We say pygmies of Congo. ठीक है? अब नेक्स्ट हमारा क्या था? टॉरड जोन. तो मैंने आपको ये बताया कि टेम्परेचर जोन्स में कितने वेजिटेशन जोन है. अगर मैंने नहीं बताया, आई एम सॉरी. तो टॉरड जोन के हैं इक्वेटोरियल रेन फॉरेस्ट और हॉट डेजर्ट्स. टेम्परेट जोन के हैं टेम्परेट ग्रासलैंड्स. फ्रिजिड जोन का है तुंद्रा या फिर तुंद्रास. ओके, एनीथिंग. Okay, now let's come on hot deserts. The second vegetation zone of torrid zone. Yeah. Okay, now hot deserts. The climate in the hot deserts. Now, the climate in the hot deserts. The climate in the hot deserts are very hot and dry during the day and cold during the night. Cold during the night. It's cold during the night because the sand gets cool faster, you know. You can see here it's written cold during the night and very hot and dry during the day. Yeah. And now the vegetation of hot deserts. You know the vegetation of deserts, the plant grown there. If you know, okay, it's okay. I'll tell you more about them. Now you can see in there that is written that there are cactus, ica and date palms. Yeah, cacti, ica and date palms. Cactus or cacti, anything we can call it. Yeah. Now let's come on the wildlife of hot deserts. Okay, the wildlife of hot deserts is including camels. You know camels? Hyenas and scorpions. Now let's come to the people of hot deserts. Hot desert has the people is Bedouin and Turaks. You can see here Bedouin and Turak. There are the mainly tribes found there. People, tribes equals to. Yeah. Okay. Now, which was the next temperature zone? Do you remember? Any guesses? If you don't remember, it's okay. I'll tell you. Make a note of it. The second was the temperate zone. Temperate zone. Temperate zone. I told you that it has a mild climate, mean either hot nor cold. Both. And now the vegetation zone of temperate zone is temperate grasslands. Temperate zone, temperate grasslands. Yeah, easy name. Now, do you want to know what is temperate grassland? Okay, now I'll tell you. The climate of temperate grasslands. Hot summer and cold winter in northern hemisphere, but comparatively milder in southern hemisphere. Means the hot summer and cold winter in the northern hemisphere. The north temperature zone have hot during the summer and cold during the winter. But comparatively, the south temperate zone has a mild climate. Mean either hot nor cold. It's a mild. Okay, now the vegetation. It's a mild climate. So let's see what vegetation are there. Okay, there are absence of tall trees, dominance of grasslands. Absence of tall trees means there are not very tall trees. There are trees but not very tall. There are like shrubs and you can call them. Dominance grasslands. The word describing grassland, there are long grasses there. Not trees are tall. There are long grasses. Yeah, grasses are very long. The fields of grasses only. इसलिए the name is grasslands. Yeah, temperate grasslands. Now wildlife of temperate grasslands, including there are rabbits, rats and antelopes. Rabbits and rats mainly found in temperate grasslands. And the people in temperate grasslands, the tribes, anything, mainly are the Khoikhois and the Kyrgyz. Khoikhois are the tribes that's in the temperate grassland, Khoikhois, and Kyrgyz. Now, this was the temperate zone vegetation. Vegetation zone of temperate zone. Now, what was the last temperature zone? Do you remember? If you don't remember, it's okay. I'll tell you. It's a fridge zone. Fridge zone. Remember? Now remember? Yeah. Fridge zone. And I'll tell you the vegetation zone of fridge zone. It was tundras. Tundra or tundras anything. Now let's come on the vegetation zone on the fridge zone. Tundras. So tundras, climates, very cold throughout the year. Very cold throughout the year. The name in the temperature zone is coming frigid zone. Frigid means iced or anything, cold, very cold. And so it will be cold throughout the year. Obviously, it's cold and it's getting slanting rays. That's why the sun rays are spreading on a large area. That's why. Now, vegetation of tundras. There are mosses, lichens, and scanty grass. Mosses means a fruit type. Mosses, lichens. Lichens are although fruit or something plant type. There are scanty grass. Scanty grass means little bit of growing little grass. Mean there is no cover, and this is a little this much hole, and the grass are coming scanty. Wildlife of tundras, including seals, polar bears, and foxes. You know, in the North Pole and the South Pole, there are very cold climate as they are at high altitude. High altitude. That's why they are including seals, polar bears, and foxes because they live in a cold climate because they have blubber under their skin. Yeah. Now the people of tundras. Inuit, Lapps, and Chukchis. Now Inuit, Inuits, and they live in igloos. Igloos. They are the the house of ice. Ice bricks. We can say ice bricks. Yeah. Now I'll show you a map of hot deserts. Okay. This is the map of hot deserts. If you can see. Now I'll tell you about the hot deserts. This is the hot desert. One is Mojave Desert. It is located in North America. Yeah, North America. The largest desert in the world. Learn it. Sahara Desert, located in North Africa. Because North Africa, I'm saying because there are two deserts in Africa. One is the Kalahari Desert, located in South Africa, and next is the Sahara Desert, located in North Africa. That's why. And it's there is Arabian Desert near Africa. Arabian Desert. Okay. And there is a Great Australian Desert also that is located in Australia, obviously. And there is a Thar Desert that is located in India and Pakistan. One is dark green and one is light green. So I'll tell you why it's dark green and light green. So light green is equatorial rainforest. There is two equatorial rainforests in South America, one in Africa, and I think spreads in Australia and Asia here. The exact. And now we were learning about the temperate grasslands. So we'll learn also temperate grassland. There are steppes. Steppes are found in the continent Eurasia, in Europe and Asia both, because it's found in Russia. And Downs in Australia, Wells in Africa, South Africa, Pampas in South America, and Tararus in North America. Yeah, these are the 5 temperate grasslands. Okay. Now we have learned a lot about live life in the temperate zones and the vegetation zones of the 3 zones in the world. Yeah. Okay, now today's Saanvi's classes has been over because you have cleared one topic. Congratulations to yourself. You have learned the topic. Revise it regularly because this will help you in future. Okay. Now meet you in the next class. Till then, okay.